Hey guys, I am so sorry. Um, I got suddenly disconnected from the internet. Like OBS stopped responding. So I'm sorry. I got cut off right in the mid sentence. So I got around until that day comes. So I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with my internet, but now we're back. So let's keep going. But yeah. So yeah, we're back. Thank you so much for your patience. Sorry about the disconnection. Let's just keep going. So until that day comes, maybe I should go back one line. Hold on. Waltz and Karma will accompany her then. Waltz nods. Karma looks somewhat startled, but eventually nods as well. So until that day comes, we all need to prepare for the worst case scenario. This time I would drink something usually, but I don't have any beverage to speak of. I drank everything I had. I've been practicing my magic non-stop since the day we heard of Alcaster's speech. I continue to work on my barriers while also continuously attempting that one offensive spell Waltz had tried to teach me. Okay, remember what I told you. Focus on your energy on the tips of your fingers until you feel the current flow from your veins. Okay. Good. Now try to cast the spell at me again. I stretch out my hand and imagine the energy gathering on my fingertips. I see sparks as I begin to cast the spell. Good. Keep going. At the end of my casting time, I can feel the lightning snaking up and down my arms. Now release it. I direct the spell at Waltz with as much strength as I can muster, but it barely touches his barrier before it fades away. I groan. We're getting there, Lucette. The magic is weak, but you'd still be able to paralyze someone for a time, so as long as you hit them where they don't have the barrier up. But the speech is tomorrow. I might be able to master it by then. You don't need to. Let's not assume things will be so bad. We're only going to go there to watch the speech. That's all it is. You won't need your magic. The two of us continue to diligently work, but after a few more rounds, my arms are sore and my mind is foggy. Waltz calls it a day and the two of us retire to our rooms for the night. Well, too bad you can't really pretend that it's an arc reactor, because arc reactors aren't a thing in this period. Because you're wondering, is an arc reactor lighter? I got this after New Year's, and it's actually ended up being pretty valuable for my 4th of July fireworks last night because you didn't have to worry about the wind. But it does have its limits. Like, I can't light sparklers with that thing. I learned that yesterday. It's pretty interesting. You have to use matches, so at some point I still have to get matches at some point. But yeah. Anyway. I've tossed and turned in my bed for what feels like an hour, but sleep still will not come. It's been almost a month since I last went into town. It is impossible to not imagine the worst possible scenario for tomorrow. I'll probably be awake until the sun rises. I turned to glance at the doll that Waltz gave me so long ago. She sits on my table, her glassy eyes staring back at me. I wonder if he's already asleep. Maybe he can help me calm down my nerves. Waltz? There's only silence. Maybe he's already asleep. I'm about to leave when the door suddenly opens. Lucette? Hello, Waltz? Let me guess. Couldn't sleep? I nod. Come in, then. I stand in his bed and look around. My eyes shift to his table where I notice a pile of sewing materials and an assortment of puppets. You've been working on your puppets? Yeah, I couldn't sleep either. It's been a while since I did a show, but I wanted to make sure my puppets and materials are ready once this is all over. I'm sure the children are looking forward to seeing your shows again. Yeah. Silence ensues as Waltz sits down beside me with one of his puppets. He begins to slowly sew at one of the seams. The silence is deafening. He looks busy, but maybe I should say something. Okay, what do I do? 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 Okay. What do I say? Do I say something? I'm trying to keep this out. I forgot what I did last time. I think, did I say something? I think I said something. Did I? Let me try. I'm worried about what will happen tomorrow. You think too much, Lucette. I do. I stare at the puppets on his table. When this is over, will you finally let me be your assistant? That seems short. Okay, let me try the other way. Load. Let me try the silence, see what happens. Oh, don't do what I think you're gonna do. Don't do what I think you're gonna do. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It froze. Okay. Ah! No! I knew it! Uncaught exception occurred. Darn it. I knew I was gonna do that. Okay. No problem. I'll just reopen the game. No problem. Yeah, today's been rough. And again, we're having an eclipse tonight, and on top of that, it's like 5 or 6. It's like what, like 5 or 6 retrogrades happening right now. Also, apparently, there's like a conspiracy that like karma is that karma is a reference to Boy George's Karma Chameleon. That's a direct reference. Especially considering that like the cupcake that we bought for Karma or like gave to Karma was one talk to the chameleon, which I can totally see that. Actually, like let's face it, like Karma has to switch dressing to make sure nobody's attracted to him because of the fairy tale curse. So, and it like the dress very much looks like the Boy George music video. Just like go look it up. Like it's just it's interesting. Just look up a theory. All right, got the game going again. Okay. Let's try this again. And I'm getting hot in this thing. Oh my gosh. I want to break the aesthetic. I'm too strong for that. I can't go for that. No. No can do. Okay. Alright. So, let's try remaining silent and see what happens. No. I do not want to disturb him. I continue to watch him in silence. After a few moments, he hesitantly breaks the silence. I hope the children are looking forward to these stories I can tell them. Yes! Instead of silence to tell you more! I knew it! Okay, I think this is where I started going wrong. Was here, it's I'm talking. But anyway. I hope that the children are looking forward to the new stories I have to tell them. I'm sure that they are. Who knows? Maybe after this is over, I'll finally let you be my assistant. I do think I deserve to join you on stage, Mr. Magician. Ah! If I did not change, I would have missed out on this exchange. I love this. We'll see. Talking about what happens afterwards makes me feel normal. It gives me some hope. Hope that eventually everything will go back to normal. And there's the title! Roll credits! I feel better now. Thank you, Waltz. Oh? I'm not sure I even did anything. Oh my god, how did I not figure this out? It's basically a tie back to the time that Lucette held the kid's hand. You have just by being here with me. You know I'd do anything for you, little star. little star? There's that nickname again. Does it bother you? No, I was just wondering where it came from. Oh, right. I never told you the story, did I? Back when I was still your mother's apprentice, my life was dull and empty. Then you showed up. Your circumstances were the same as mine, but your light never faded. You became my hope in that dark place, my light. That's why I considered you my little star. And now I'm thinking of that Peter Pan quote, turn off the last star till morning. It's Neverland. I can only stare as Waltz smiles at me. Right now, all I want is to stay by his side, stay within the comforts of his warmth. I look at him and a thought shifts into my head, tinting my cheeks pink. What is it? Can I stay with you tonight? What? Well, Waltz's face is tomato red. He looks shocked. I can't? It's not that I don't want you to, but he glances away and begins mumbling to himself. I suddenly feel dejected. Don't make that face, little star. Waltz sighs. Okay, you can stay. Really? Yeah. We both lay side by side in the bed, shifting only slightly. Waltz is especially stiff. Wonder why. I loop my arms around his waist and snuggle into the crook of his neck. Waltz tosses beneath me. I feel like I'm being punished. What? Nothing. Thank you for letting me stay. My room felt colder than normal tonight. I couldn't help thinking about tomorrow and then about Father and... My words trail off as I try to focus on Waltz's warmth. Please don't leave me as well, Waltz. You sat, look at me. I move back to look up at him. Waltz stares at me with an intensity that makes it difficult to look away. His features are illuminated by the soft moonlight, making them stand out all the more. My heart skips a beat. I'm not going anywhere, Lucette. I will always be wherever you are. I promise to always protect you. I reach out to touch his cheek. Thank you. He smiles at me before putting his arm around my waist and pulling me closer. I snuggle against his chest, taking in his warmth. I eventually fall asleep in his arms. Today is the day. Everyone's been busy preparing for the speech. I was told to relax, and I had used the opportunity to move into the forest and get some fresh air. If only everywhere was as peaceful as this. Lucette? I turn around to see Ophelia slowly walking toward me, a hesitant smile on her face. Ophelia? I'm sorry I cannot be of much help during these distressing times. You've already helped me enough, Ophelia. You supported Father when I did not. You have to stay safe. You and the others. You've truly changed. Ophelia takes my hand in hers and looks at me solemnly. Promise me you'll come back to us. I'm praying that nothing happens today, but if it does, I beseech you to put your safety first. Ophelia, I may not be your real mother, but you've always been my daughter. Ah! Guilt floods through me. I've been cruel to her ever since she first came into our lives, and yet she still treats me so warmly. I do not deserve your kindness as I've done to you, Emmeline, and Rod. I am so sorry. Ophelia pulls me into a hug and smooths down my hair. It's all in the past now, dear. What matters now is the present. I nod and close my eyes. I missed out on so many things when I closed my heart up to everyone. I always thought that I was alone. I was wrong. Thank you, Ophelia. Cyril Castor's speech starts in an hour, and everyone's making last-minute preparations before we go into town. Ophelia, Emily, and her niece will stay behind, as Rod and Rumple volunteer to watch over them. Flora and Parfait left yesterday to attend a meeting with the fairies. Apparently they found someone who holds important information about Mother and her plans. Emmeline approaches me, her eyebrows creased. Lucette, should you see your mother there, what will you do? I haven't really thought about it yet. We're bound to face her sometime soon. I know she is your mother, Princess, but are you emotionally ready to face her? I'm taken aback by her question. Jurian, I apologize for being blunt, but we have to consider the worst possible scenario, don't we? I need to know that the princess is ready to face her. In a battlefield, one must not hesitate. Jurian continues to look at me, waiting for my answer. I finally face her with determination. Excuse me. I will face her, and I will stop her. Chapter 9. The Queen. And I think this is also where I messed up here too, because this one, the dialogue can go in so many different directions. It's so easy to go wrong here. So easy. Alright. I stand in an alleyway with Waltz, Jurian, and Karma, making sure to stay hidden in shadows and watch to see if people moving toward the plaza. Garwin is scouting around the plaza for Knight's positions, and we have been waiting here for him. There's so many people. Okay, this is where we split up. Remember, we're trying to avoid needless battle. If anything should happen, fleeing is the better option. I'm not a fool. I don't pick a fight that would put anyone in needless danger. I'm glad you understand. Remember, we're only here to watch and listen. I don't want us to get into a skirmish if we can avoid it. So, if anything should go wrong, we need you to retreat, Princess. Lisette's stubborn. She's not gonna leave you all behind! Doi! Lisette, this isn't the time to be stubborn. It's not about stubbornness. It's just that all I've ever done is run. I refuse to keep fleeing. I have people to protect and I will not let them down. Running away isn't always cowardice. That may be, but sometimes there are situations that you need to face head on. This is one of those situations. I understand, Waltz. I just don't want you to get hurt, Lucette. I know. I look at Waltz, feeling at a loss. No matter what I say, he'll always insist on my safety first. Garwin suddenly appears in stiff brown. Like who I found. I turn to look at Garwin and then notice the man beside him. My eyes widen in sight of him. Fritz? Garwin pushes him and Fritz stumbles forward. He falls to his knees when we a few inches away from me. Okay. Thank goodness you're alright, Princess. I twitch at the side of his face. There's no sign of the wicked smile that was on his face when he was under the guise of Bark. But it looks confused, at least in his eyes seems genuine. Are you truly Fritz? Or Varg? Or both? I'm the Fritz you've always known, Princess. Your loyal knight. I raise an eyebrow. I can still remember what happened weeks ago, when the mask fell off from his face in the room of the Temple Ballroom. At that moment, I saw Fritz's face, no matter what Varg said. Varg was in league with Elcaster and Mithros. The man I saw back then was definitely Fritz, even if he never confirmed it. What are you doing here? Fritz blinches. I've been searching for you. Why? So you took me back to Mithros? Or are you here to kill me? Fritz bows low, his clenched hands trembling at his sides. I will not surrender you to serve Mithros. My loyalty has been to the kingdom and you. I can never hurt you, Princess. But don't blame me for doubting me. My father? I would have stopped him if I knew. Fritz glances up at me slowly, his expression resolute. I just escaped yesterday when I was captured by knights. I managed to escape from them today, but only barely. I was supposed to meet with the Lucis Bearer yesterday. Fritz glares, not at me, but through me, as if I remember something unpleasant. That was when I was able to take control of my body again just a few days ago. I was searching for you, but I found some witches who seemed to be in league with the Lucis Bearer. I requested an audience with her as soon as possible because I wasn't sure how long I could keep Varg at bay. At bay? Fritz explained. About Varg? No, about this audience. Princess, this can't always some elaborate ruse of his. I have responsibility to at least hear him out. What do you want from Parfait? I have important information about Hildur. Mother? Lady Parfait did say that her and Delora were going to meet with someone who had information on Hildur. And you believe that their meeting was with this man? Karma turns to Fritz, clearly skeptical. That seems like it could be coincidence. How are we to believe you? Fritz is silent for a few moments. After time, he speaks again, more hesitantly. I'm not apologizing won't change the fact that I've betrayed the princess and the kingdom. But right now, I'm doing my best to right the wrongs, so I still have control over my body. The night's still searching for me as we speak, so I'll make this as brief as I can. Hildur is growing weaker. What? I have been myself for the past few weeks, but I still have portions of Varg's memories. I remember that she is bedridden, still being treated for wounds that she sustained during the Great War. Then she's now stuck with Parfait, only Mother seems to have it worse than her. I overheard Mithra say that the crystal no longer recognizes her as its sole bearer. Parfait said something similar, but she said that she could no longer feel Mother's connection with Tenebrarum. What Fritz just said. It seems that the crystal has seen both of you as bearers. It's stretching its energy to both of you. This might be why Hildur hasn't gained her full powers and has remained weak. Waltz stares at Fritz, eyes wide. The crystal having two bearers? I didn't think there's such a thing was possible. Is this why Hildur still refuses to show herself in public? Yes. The witches who used to be on her side doubt her capability to rule. None of them want to help her when she is still so weak. Mithros figures that the only way to get the crystal to fully accept Hildur is to drain the rest of your powers. That's why the palace issue a higher bounty on your head. My father's no longer interested in actually hunting for you. There's been a rift between him and Mithros because of this. Waltz crosses his arms, his expression thoughtful. I'm surprised that Hildur hasn't disposed of Alcaster yet. If he's still alive, it means that he must still play an important role in their plans. Fritz's expression quickly morphs into something grim as he frowns down at the ground. Right. Waltz and I exchange a look before we turn back to Fritz. Mithros plans to kill my father today. Fritz's eyes are distant, his mouth pulled into a tight grimace. All I could do was stare at him, uncertain of what he just told me. Hildur will show herself in public today. She and Mithros plan to kill my father in front of an audience in hopes that their fear and despair will fuel Lieutenant Barham. I think feeling Lieutenant Barham might make Hildur stronger. They plan to use the fear of the public to achieve their own ends? This is not good. With so many people here, Lieutenant Barham might indeed see that surge of power again. Even a weakened Hildur will be difficult to fight, but we stand more of a chance against her now than we do if she feels Lieutenant Barham with negativity. Peace of the kingdom, princess. Fritz looks at me imploringly. I shook my head slowly. I'm confused. You betrayed us, but then you're still helping us as well. Which side are you on? The only reason why I'm working with them is because of my curse. I swear it. Fritz tries to stand up, but his knees wobble and suddenly he is down on the ground again, his hand clutching his chest. Fritz? No. Not yet. Fritz looks at me, his pale face covered in sweat. I have no idea how long I could suffocate Varg, so please, bind me, freeze me, do whatever you can to keep me from chasing after you. I don't want to hurt anyone anymore. Fritz kneels over, his forehead touching the ground. Please. Waltz. I know. Waltz snaps his fingers and a rope of light appears over Fritz's wrist, pulling down to the ground. I furrow my eyebrows as Fritz continues to cocks his head up to look at me. Thank you. You don't have much time left. I might deliver my message to the Lucis bearer, but I'll leave it in your capable hands instead. Fritz, I'm sorry. I would do anything to protect my charge. Now go. Juria nods at me. Don't worry, Garwin and I will keep an eye on him. Garwin quickly informs us of the knight's positions around the plaza and gives us clues about where we might hide to avoid their prying eyes. After he has finished his briefing, Waltz, Karma, and I hurry off. Father, please watch over us today. There's so many people here. They have no idea that seemingly harmless speech will be the start of their nightmares. I've been fiddling with my fingers since we got here, my nerves slowly taking over me. There's so many nights. I pull down the hood of my cloak to make sure that my face is concealed from them. Waltz suddenly reaches up to take my hand, raises it to his lips. Waltz looks at me with a gentle smile. Don't worry, there won't anything happen to you. I'm not worried about myself. I'm more worried about the people's safety, as well as our friends. I will not forgive myself if something bad happens to them. You're not the only one responsible for protecting everyone here. Remember that I will always share your burden, Lucette. I know. I look up at him and smile. Thank you. I've told you so many times I would do anything for you, Lucette. I feel the same way. Waltz wraps his arms around my waist and draws me closer to him. Waltz? Waltz takes my hand and plants a kiss on my fingers. You worry too much, Princess. Oh, I wish I could share your optimism. But his casualness. How does he manage to act like this in front of so many people and at so dire a time? That's what I'm wondering! The king is here! A woman announces the king's presence, and Waltz and I immediately turn our attention to the stage. He takes a step away from me, arms at his side, expression suddenly stoic. Yeah, I feel like I messed up the most of this chapter, because, like, that part in particular, where he go anywhere, like the middle statement, the bottom statement, the top statement, all of them could be correct, but it also could be... God. Our caster walks to the center of the platform with a triumphant smile. Good day, my loyal subjects. Everyone goes silent at the sound of his voice. I know that much has happened in their kingdom since the late King Gennaro passed away. They're still exerting their efforts to find the king's murderer, his very own daughter. Rest assured that justice shall find this criminal, even if she is our own princess. Everyone who is able to surrender her to the palace will be rewarded handsomely. Members of the crowd begin to chatter amongst each other. It hurts that the people believe him, but I cannot say I blame them. As your king, I will do everything in my power to make sure that the kingdom flourishes under my rule. My, what a sight. Even after all these years, you humans never change. That voice. I frantically look around for her. Though her voice echoes around us, she's nowhere to be seen. Where is she hiding? The crowd was restless to the sound of her voice. Many try to search for her with their eyes. We are nothing but manipulative, lying rodents. And yet you call us witches, the wicked ones. A bright light fades to existence right beside our caster. A silhouette emerges from the light, and suddenly I could see her in all of her wicked glory. My mother, the witch who killed my father. Mithra stands behind her. She's here. Her sudden appearance causes the restless crowd to break into a panic. Silence! One word from her and the crowd fills with... Okay, I know what's happening with my stream, but it's like I don't know what's going on.